What is going on, everybody? It is LC Muscles here, and the crew are back for Pain the Game Pick'em Season 5, Episode 1313. This is Thanksgiving week, a big week for football, because this is the first week back, and there's no more teams on bye. Every team is playing from now on.
That's right.
No more buys. No more buys. That's for sure. I'm very happy about that. Damn Marino. Oh, Lord. Those memes are pretty funny. But anyway, guys, before we go into Week 13, let's talk about Week 12 real quick. There were some good games, and both prime fantasy were absolutely garbage. Sunday night, Monday night games were absolutely terrible.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I called it last week that Ravens-Rams would be a blowout, but that's like an instant where I want to be wrong.
Same.
And my God. Yeah. Terrible.
Yep.
Jared Goff fucking sucks.
Yeah.
He has no touchdowns in the month of December.
I know.
Or November.
Yeah.
5 picks.
He has as many touchdown passes as Colin Kaepernick in November.
And he's the highest, one of the highest paid players in the league.
That's a joke. Absolute joke.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
I agree with Bills Mafia. Both primetime games were bad, even though I will say that the Thursday night game was actually pretty good. The Colts-Texans game, even though that was a fumble. Thank you, Rest, once again, for blowing the game.
Yeah, for me, it just seems like whenever I live stream a game on my channel, it's either a total blowout or a total shit show where neither team doesn't know what the hell they're doing. It's been like that all season for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing was the duck is back. Quack, quack. The duck is back.
Yep, duck is back.
The duck is back, man. He's going to be starting. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Other games. Oh, yeah. There are now 2 teams officially eliminated from playoff contention as of Week 12. The Cincinnati Bengals and, unfortunately, the Miami Dolphins. Both teams have been eliminated from playoff contention.
Yeah.
That's all right.
But there are multiple teams on elimination week this week, including the Detroit Lions, the Atlanta Falcons, the New York Giants, Washington Redskins, Jacksonville Jaguars, Arizona Cardinals, Denver Broncos are the teams that could be eliminated this week.
Yeah.
That is true. The Cincinnati Bengals still 0-11. And still we got to talk about this. Hunt Max is the dumbest robot in the history of robots. Tell them the story, Stanley. You guys got to tell them.
Oh, I know what you're talking.
Tell them the story, please. This is one of my favorite things.
Oh my God. Okay. So during my Sunday Night Football stream, he just decides to come in and troll my comment section like he always does.
Who, Lucas?
In one of my responses to him, I said, can you imagine? I said something like, can you imagine can you imagine going over 10,000 days without winning a single playoff game? And then he comments back saying, can you imagine being gay as fuck? Something like that. And then I respond back going like, I said something like, you're calling me gay when I've actually eaten pussy in my life, and I've actually you get it. And I'm like, you're calling me gay when you're a fucking robot and you fucking suck nuts your whole life. I eat pussy. You eat nuts, bro. You eat metal nuts, bro. And then, oh my God.
This is the best part.
And then he goes, still maiden eats women's asses.
No, he goes. I have actually at the comment. He goes, "Steel Maiden, women's butt are unhealthy."
Yeah.
Here's the comment: "Women's butt is unhealthy." Ass.
Oh, my
Lord,
God.
Lord help us. Lord help us.
Not,
I was
not even
crying for about
not-
5 minutes. On it.
not even God can help that guy at this point.
I hope to God he shows up on our stream so we can troll the hell out of him.
Yeah.
You check out his channels. He literally does all his videos as like a robot voice. It's like the Steelers are going to lose because the Squealers are full of monkeys and their fan base is
He
monkeys.
says the same thing in every one of his videos. He calls every fan base the same thing. He says your defense is garbage, just like your quarterback. Garbage.
Garbage.
And you monkeys are going to lose. He says that literally every single one of his videos.
It's embarrassing.
It is.
That's just terrible.
Yeah.
Oh my god. that I had to tell you. We had to share that story because that was one of the funniest things ever. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. It's
Oh my
just
god.
something- it's just something where it's like you had to be there for it.
Yo, Alex, you got to check out those. You got to check this out, man. It's hilarious. But anyways,
Yeah, I think Lucas put like the timestamp of when it happened.
yeah, I did. Because I'm like, yes, I got to find that timestamp because, oh my god, it was too priceless not to.
All right.
What's up, ladies? Still, what's up, Ibaros, Kevin Rios, Sia Cougar, Dom? Thank you all for tuning in.
Hey.
How you doing?
How you doing? But anyways, guys, I think we're all covered. All the teams. There's no more bye weeks. So let's get into week number 13.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You forgot something, Lucas.
What?
I met this guy.
Yes, you did. Tell them this. Yes,
Yeah.
Alex.
I met this
Cleveland.
Actually,
That's
this
right.
guy over here.
Yeah, that guy. I was in Cleveland for the Dolphins and Browns game. Dolphins lost in pretty significant fashion. But the day before, on the Saturday, I met up with Steel Maiden.
That's right.
Yep, walked around his college, watched the Wisconsin Purdue game for a little bit, just talked about NFL memes and rock and roll, and just had a great old time.
Damn straight. It's great to meet you, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And thank God I was sitting in the dog pound because the sun was right in my face, and otherwise it would have been cold as hell.
Oh,
So-
really? How cool was it?
Yeah, it was fun though. The Browns fans were actually kind of respectful, surprisingly. Except for when they chanted "Pittsburgh sucks."
Oh, they chanted that at the game.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, they did.
We'll get to
And,
we're gonna get to that.
Actually, here's proof.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I saw that.
Going back to Pittsburgh. Hopefully we can meet up. I'm hoping so because I would love to go back to Pittsburgh. I haven't
Matt-
been there since 2012, and I'd love to go.
That is my story time. Okay, week 13.
Very awesome. Very awesome story time. Oh yeah, before we go, what was your favorite thing to do? What was your favorite thing to eat? Because I know you went to some cool places. What was your
Probably the Alley Cat oyster bar. Well, they had the lobster roll. They had the cool lemonatrix, which is the beer they had there. The oysters were great. The Old Bay seasoned French fries, out of this world.
That's awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Good times.
that is actually a good point, Sia Cougar. They actually had a pinata swing with Mason. With
I
the
saw
helmet.
that. I saw
Yeah, I
that.
saw it.
I
saw it.
I actually walked right past it. I wanted to get video or something of it, but I was like, that is. I was like, wow.
We'll talk about Mason a little bit because I got a lot to say about that. But anyways, let's get into week 13, shall we? Starting
Yes.
off, we got the 3 Thanksgiving games. First one is the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. This game is in Detroit, as it usually is. And the Bears are favored by 3 points. The Lions, here's the situation with the Lions with elimination factor. Lions lose this game, and the Packers or Vikings win, they're out of the playoffs officially. So, who you guys got? One.
This is a tough one, actually.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah. It's almost like a coin flip.
Yeah. Well, I'll start. I'm actually going to go ahead and take Chicago here, but
Okay.
it actually wouldn't surprise me if Detroit won. My deciding factor here is how the hell did the Lions lose to the fucking Redskins? Like, I don't get that. I mean, I get that they have Jeff Drexel as their quarterback in this game more likely than not, but still, it's the Redskins. They have a terrible defense. They have, like, no offensive line. And you figured with Detroit having somewhat of a decent defense, they'd be able to get a couple of sacks, but my God, I don't know what happened. But yeah, the Bears, they beat the Giants, but to be fair, the Giants can kind of make any offense look good. And I think that's kind of my deciding factor here. I think it's going to be low scoring, not too many points being put up on the board. I kind of expect kind of like the first matchup between the two earlier in the season. And I'm just going to go ahead and take the Bears to win this one by a final of 21-17.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you there. I have the Bears as well. Reason is because they have the better defense, I believe. 20-13. Dot Bears.
All right, I'm going the other way. I'm going to take the Detroit Lions,
Ooh.
but it's going to be pretty close. I say Lions will take this one 17-14.
This is the lowest scoring game I think will be happening this week, just because the Bears, even though they played one of the worst defenses of the Giants and they only put 19 points, that's a sad sign. And I definitely think they do need to get rid of their offensive coordinator, that's for sure, or at least have Matt, because I know their defense is good, but their offense is terrible. But Chicago Bears right now, I just think have the better offense compared to the Lions right now. Jeff Driscoll is nowhere near even close to Matt Stafford. If Matt Stafford was played, I'd easily take Detroit. But I got to go with Chicago here. I think Chicago's going to win. I'm going to pick them 14-9. Low scoring game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we got Tiny Tim's game. Buffalo Bills, Dallas Cowboys. This game is in Dallas. Dallas is a 6.5 point favorite. Who do you guys got and why?
Wait, really?
Yeah, 6.5.
Buffalo's 6.5?
No, Dallas is 6.5.
Oh, Dallas. Okay.
Dallas is 6.5. Buffalo is at Dallas. But Dallas is 6.5 point favorite.
All right, that's surprising. That is surprising because the Cowboys have yet to beat a team with a winning record this year.
Exactly.
And for that reason, and the Bills have a winning record this year, which leaves me no choice but to pick the Buffalo Bills over the Dallas Cowboys, 23-20.
I'm actually going to go ahead and take Dallas here. And here's why I'm going to take the Cowboys here. It's because even though they lost to the Patriots on that BS tripping call and they didn't score a touchdown.
The boys are tripping.
Right.
Yeah, I know. Even though they didn't score a touchdown for virtually the whole game, I got to say the Cowboys still have a pretty solid defense, all things considered. Not a great defense, but a solid defense. But that being said, both teams are at a really big disadvantage here because it's short and weak, and they both got lengthy trips back to Dallas. The Bills, they were the home team when they beat Denver, I think it was, this past week. But they got to go from Buffalo to Texas. And the Cowboys, I say, have a further trip. They got to go basically from Boston to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So both teams really are at a disadvantage here. I think the Bills will put up a really good game defensively. I'm still not really sold on their offense because I think the Bills have a weak offensive line. But they got some good playmakers. Of course, they got Frank Gore, who is a total beast, by the way. Congrats to him for being third all-time in rushing now.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, Josh Allen. Yeah, Josh Allen, I think, won AFC Offensive Player of the Week, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah, he was.
So, yeah, it seems like Josh Allen's getting better each week, but this is going to be a really big test for him, in my opinion. It's a shortened week. We don't know how he's going to do on it, and we don't know how the Cowboys are going to do on a shortened week either. The Cowboys, they've proven that they can do good on shortened weeks, but this season feels so much different now. So really, this is a situation of where I usually say when in doubt, go with the home team. So I'm going to go ahead and take Dallas here simply because they're the home team, and I think that they finally get a quality W here, and I just don't think the Bills are ready for adversity yet. So give me Dallas here. Let's say 23-20.
Yeah, it's interesting that you brought up those tripping calls.
Yeah.
Once again, the referees kind of help out a little bit. I saw earlier today that the NFL said that the referees made a mistake in that game, which once again proves my theory that the referees in the entire NFL is pro-Patriots and anti-Cowboys. The only thing that I was impressed with from that game was that the Cowboys only held the Patriots to only 13 points. I was kind of impressed with that because Patriots usually just run up the board on everybody. But we do have a stout defense. There's a couple of guys a little banged up here and there, but overall we're still good. But last week, as far as our offense is concerned, I had to put out an APB for Amari Cooper. I mean,
Yeah.
And that one catch that he supposedly made, when I saw the replay, I knew it was incomplete when that ball hit the turf. I knew that ball was incomplete, but I can see the Cowboys bouncing back against one. This is going to be very interesting because Buffalo is probably the most underrated team in the league right now.
True.
Definitely, yeah.
I'll say Buffalo is underrated.
True.
But I'm going to pick my Cowboys 27-24. And if the Cowboys let me down on Thanksgiving Day, I will personally call the front office.
Oh.
And I will ask for the head of Jason Garrett on a platter.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
And on the 25th anniversary of Jason Garrett's big Thanksgiving game against the Packers, anybody remember that Thanksgiving '94?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wasn't alive in '94, so no.
Well, I've seen highlights.
Yeah.
You have to go back and see that. It's on YouTube. Cowboy, he started off kind of shaky a little bit, but when the second half started, he shined like an all-pro, and he was a third stringer for the Cowboys back then.
Yeah, I know that. That. I just wasn't around. I was born in '95, so I know it. I just didn't see it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I got the Cowboys 27-24. They better take this one. They got to.
Ooh.
All right, Lucas.
This was one of the harder games for me to pick. Just because both teams, I can see realistically both teams winning this game realistically. I can definitely see both teams realistically winning. Just because the Bills do have a very good secondary and the Cowboys do have a very good underrated defense as well. This game is going to come out to which offense can perform better. And personally, I'm going to go with Alex. I'm going to agree with Alex on this one. I'm going to go Buffalo Bills. But honestly, I could see the Cowboys winning this game. I can realistically see the Cowboys winning this game. But I'm going to go Buffalo Bills. Very close game. I think it's going to come down to a very last-second touchdown by John Brown from Josh Allen. So give me Bills 24-20. Very close game. But I can realistically see this game going either way.
Okay.
Oh, God. This is one of my three teams guaranteed to lose. The New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
But for me, I just think it's guaranteed to lose. Well, I'll explain why in just a bit. But the Saints are 7-point favorites. Who you guys got why?
Well, the Saints lost to the Falcons last time I remember.
That is true, but
Yeah, they did.
Actually, let me go first on this one because I'll go ahead and go my guarantee lose. Simple reason is the Atlanta Falcons offense has been very stagnant, and they lost Austin Hooper, who wait, I have that sound effect, which is the best one. But anyways, the reason that I got the Falcons losing right now, the one of the big things is they lost one of their best receiving targets in Austin Hooper. He is one of the top receivers for the Falcons.
Wait, he's out?
Yeah,
He's
out.
still out. He
dang.
he hurt his MCL, and when that happened, Matt Ryan went.
Yeah,
Right.
MCL, they'll do it.
When Austin Hooper got hurt, Matt Ryan went like this.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, Austin Hooper winning it down. It wasn't good, unfortunately, and it really, really hurt just because Austin Hooper let Calvin Ridley and Julio Jones get open. Without Hooper, it really helps to extend the offense. And also, Devontae Freeman hasn't been playing as well either.
Oh, wow.
As well. Now, I think both of them won't be on track to play. Devontae Freeman has a higher chance of playing than Hooper, but Hooper doesn't have a realistically good chance of playing this way. And I think Michael Thomas, the Saints, they learned from that beatdown last week and beat the Panthers and Buccaneers. Even though the Saints defense is concerning for me. The only reason why I'm picking the Saints and why the Falcons are going to lose, I just think the Falcons defense is nowhere near as close as the Saints. I'm picking the Saints. I'm going to say 37-23. And look who's in the chat, Gear Bear. Hi, Gary.
Oh, lovely. I am going to agree with you. I also have the Saints. I think the Falcons, I think this is going to be a big revenge game for them. And they are going to get an ass whooping that they deserve. So I'm going to go with the Saints in this one, 27-16.
When it rains, it pours. I got the Saints as well. You know, the Falcons, they're giving their fans false hope by getting 2 straight wins. They ain't beating the Saints this time. That's all there is to it. They ain't beating them this time. I mean, every team. Lucas said it best one time. I don't remember what week it was, but Lucas said it best one time. Every team has their what the fuck loss this every season.
True.
And a couple weeks ago, it was the Saints' loss at home to the Falcons. You know, they got plenty of time to review the film, and I just think that's a big difference maker. You know, kind of contrary to what I said about short weeks, there's just some quarterbacks that always do well on short weeks. You know, Tom Brady's one of them. Aaron Rodgers is one of them. Big Ben's one of them. Drew Brees is one of them, too. So I think that's just going to be a difference maker. I got the Saints having a really strong defensive game, actually. No one really talks about the Saints' defense. I think the Saints have a great defense. They really do. So, yeah, I got the Saints rebound, and I got their offense coming out, getting some, punching the Falcons in the gut early on, and I just don't got them looking back. And really, don't let my score prediction fool you. I got this being much more of a blowout than it is. I got the Saints winning 33-23. But I got the Falcons getting 2 garbage time touchdowns. So give me New Orleans.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a unanimous decision for us because I'm looking for the Saints to bounce back against this one. Lost one to the Falcons, not this time. I got Drew Brees being Drew Brees again. Michael Thomas being Michael Thomas. Nice to see Alvin Kamara back on the field. He's still doing what he was doing earlier before he got the injury. I got the Saints winning this one 35-19.
Cool.
Very good.
Next game on the list.
I was going to say, though, if the Saints do win, the Falcons will officially be eliminated from playoff contention. No matter what, this is a simple thing. The Saints will have. The Saints also, everyone was going to say this as well. Saints, they win this week, and the Panthers lose. They will clinch the division.
Really, they clinched it already.
Because they would be
if they win, I think if they win on Sunday, they win it automatically. Or not Sunday, but Thursday.
Well, no, that would be the Saints would be 10-2, and the Panthers would be 5.
Wouldn't they clinch a playoff berth with a win on Thursday night?
Yes, they will clinch a playoff berth with a win.
Playoff berth and
pretty much the Saints are almost guaranteed a playoff berth.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
pretty much. Now
Next
we
game
get
on the
into,
list.
oh God, this game. This is going to be the first of many. The Tank Bowl!
Yeah.
The New York Jets and the Cincinnati Bengals. This game is in Cincinnati. The Jets are
Oh.
half-point favorites.
Jesus.
What do you guys got on why?
Who cares?
I agree. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Y'all go ahead. Y'all go ahead.
Hey guys.
Do I do it?
Hey guys. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Who's there?
Owen.
Oh, and
no.
who?
0-12. Give me the Jets.
Ah, you
Or,
know what?
part-
I was
yeah,
contemplating picking the Bengals, but just
Yeah,
for that,
that's
I'm going with the Jets too.
yeah. Part of me can't see the Jets winning 4 straight games, but they're playing the Bengals. The Bengals have an atrocious defense. Their
Yeah, they're-
offensive line is even worse, in my opinion. I just got Sam Darnold just going off on these guys like he did against the Raiders, and that's all there is to it. I mean, the Bengals are starting Andy Dalton in this game.
Oh,
but
he's back! He's back!
that really don't make
Andy
any
Dalton's back.
Yeah, they're starting Andy Dalton in this game. It's not going to help him out a whole
Too
lot.
little, too late.
Yeah, it's not going to help him out a whole lot. I just think the Bengals are just tanking at this point. They got nothing else to play for, and first round pick for 2020 is pretty much reserved for them. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Jets to win this one 27-13.
I think it's going to be a little closer than you say, but I also have the Jets as well. 27-23.
Ooh.
Alright. I'm going with the Cessna airplanes taking down the Bungles 21-17.
Yeah. The Bungles are going to be on 12. And the Jets, fun thing is, the last 3 games, they've averaged 34 points a game. Pretty impressive. They're going to get 34 a 4th game in a row. Give me the Jets 34-20.
Wow.
I could see that. I could.
Next up,
Interesting.
it is interesting, actually. Now, this next game is actually going to be a pretty good game. The Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans. This game is Indianapolis, and the Colts are favored by 2.5. Who do you guys got? Why?
You know, with the way the Titans have looked the past few weeks, with their running game working really good, Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill playing actually really good, I'm going to pick the Titans again this week. I really think that they are better than the Colts this week, so I'm going to go with the Titans, 24-19.
I got the Colts in this one.
Oh,
Yeah, I got the Colts. I got the Colts sweeping the Titans, and here's why. You know, Ryan Tannehill, sure, he's 4-1 actually as the Titans starter, but he's due for a loss. And seeing as how the Colts I think the Colts have a good defense too.
oh, they do.
No one really talks about the Colts defense. They're not over 500 and in the playoff picture because of their quarterbacks filling in for luck. They're over 500 because of their defense and their run game. So I got that being my factors for this game. I don't see how the Titans are able to stop the Colts run game, and I just got the Colts defense just punishing the Titans all afternoon long. And I just got it being just a miserable day for the Titans. And on top of that, the Titans can never beat the Colts. The Colts always beat these guys. It's like how we always beat the Bengals. It's like how the Eagles always beat the Giants. You get the point. It's zonage. All there is to it.
Just like
So
how the
I'm gonna
Dolphins
go
beat. No.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Colts this one, 24-14.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the Colts as well.
Dang.
For some strange reason, I've never really been able to trust Ryan Tannehill's abilities. Sometimes he's good, sometimes he's not. You just can never tell which quarterback you're going to get. I got Indianapolis winning this one 24-20.
Okay.
I'm actually going to go with the Colts, too. Here's
Dang.
the reason why. The Colts do have the long rest, especially playing that Thursday night game. Going into this game, they're going to be well rested. They're going to be very well rested, and I think that's going to definitely help out the Colts. That's for sure. One of the big things that's also helped the Colts is I think that they're good. Well, Marlon Mack still can't play, unfortunately. And they just lost Eric Ebron to IR. So that's going to make Jack Doyle a top fantasy target this week. Because Jack Doyle is going to be one of the top targets for the Colts. And the Titans, the one thing the Titans are going to do to keep them in is play the run game. Play the run game, run it down the Colts' throats. That's a way they could win this game. But I didn't have this a high-scoring game. The Colts this week, the Titans, barely. 34-31. Give me the Colts.
Ooh.
Now,
Okay. It's another table.
No, it's our game, actually. The Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns, one of the most hyped games in weeks.
Ooh.
Everyone's been waiting for this game for weeks, and it is our local game, Alex. It's our local game of the week. And it's Steelers-Browns in Pittsburgh. Cleveland, though, is actually for the first time in a long time, since 2003. They are the favorites in this game. They are favored by 2 points. What do you guys got and why?
I'm going to go last because I got a lot to say about this.
I'll go second to last.
Okay,
Alex
well,
and Tiny,
they're looks like they're turning to Mr. Duckman.
The Duck, Delvin
Hodges, who seems to be slightly better than Mason Rudolph, just a tad bit, but not by much. I think they get their revenge. I'm going to go with the Steelers this week. I'm going to go 27-17.
There we go.
Hell yeah.
Here we go.
Tiny Tim?
All right. This is just an off of my head guess here. I'm just gonna take Pittsburgh with this one by field goal, 24-21.
Cool.
There we
All
go.
right. I could definitely see that. I'm going to go next. With this game, it's definitely revenge is on the Steelers' mind. And the Steelers are definitely looking to get something going this week. Even though the Browns have won the past 3 games, they're having to go to Pittsburgh, where they have not won since 2003. That was the last time they won in Pittsburgh. Ever since, they've not won a single game in Pittsburgh. And another big thing this going in this week is Myles Garrett still suspended. We get T.J. Watt and possibly Juju Smith-Schuster back. James Conner, he did say today he's not 100% sure if he's
What about Pouncey?
Well,
What about Pouncey?
Pouncey this is his
I think
last
he
game of the start for suspension.
he's
Then
still
he'll be
out.
back next week against the Cardinals. But because I know he had that one suspend, he got reduced from 3 to 2. So this is his last game that he's on suspension. And the Browns, they may be on a run right now, but not having Myles Garrett definitely showed a little bit against the Dolphins because Ryan Fitzpatrick was able to exploit. Well, like when the Dolphins started to come back, they were able to expose the passing game a little bit. But the Browns do have some good talent, and it is definitely going to be a tough game. But I think we played really well against the Bengals. I think our defense played very well against the Bengals. Our defense has been keeping us in games most of this year. We shut down some mini off. We shut down the Rams. We shut down some good offenses this year. And I think we could definitely shut down the Browns. And T.J. Watt is looking for a chance to be a defensive MVP this year. He's 3rd in the league for sacks behind – I think it's Shaq Lawson for the Bucks and Chandler Jones for the Cardinals, only by 1 sack. T.J. Watt could easily tie them or get ahead and be sacked this year. And I think he's definitely the favorite for defensive MVP. I know Nick Bosa, Sia Cougar, I was going to say Nick Bosa is a rookie. He can qualify for defensive rookie of the year, not defensive player of the year. Not till next year. But T.J. Watt's making a case for defensive player of the year. Minka Fitzpatrick's still having a great – Devin Bush also is having a great rookie year. And
Minka's going to be probably the defensive player of the year.
I think Minka Fitzpatrick definitely is because he's leading the league in turnovers right now. I think he has 8 turnovers.
Yep.
He's been a part of this year, which leads the league. And with that being said, I think that our defense is going to keep us in the most part. And I think all our defense needs to do is just shut down the Browns. And our offense needs to do a bare minimum. We can win this game. I think our defense is definitely going to show up. We're going to be playing rough. We're going to play hard, and we're going to get this win past the Browns. Give me the Steelers to win this game, 24-14. I think our defense keeps us ahead. I think the Browns may get a garbage time touchdown, but I think our defense, especially at home, coming to Pittsburgh in December, where technically speaking, the Steelers have the #1 win percentage in the past 15 years. Under Mike Tomlin, they're the #1 team in regards to win percentage in December. So give me the Steelers, 24-14.
Yeah.
Okay. Where do I start with this one?
From the beginning.
So I like that we're starting Duck Hodges in this game. I think he should be the starter from here on out, if I'm being honest with you, because
Tomlin did say he is the starter from here on out.
Yeah, Mason Rudolph. Look, I still like Mason Rudolph, but he's just, to me, it's like James Conner. I still like him, but he's just not dependable. That's all there is to it. I mean, he's a backup for a reason. It's not to say that he can't be good, because I still believe that he can. I'm just saying facts. Ever since that injury he had against the Ravens, I've seen a guy that has just lost his confidence in the pocket. He's turning the ball over a lot more. He's overshooting receivers. He's just looking like a backup. And it really is sad, because the first couple games we saw him in the season we saw him in the first couple games. He looked really confident in the pocket. He looked like he could be, a borderline starter in the NFL. Nothing great, just a serviceable starter. But it all changed after that injury. I'm telling you, that's 100% the case. I mean, the game against the Dolphins, his first pass was an interception. That's all there is to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will say though.
Yeah, Duck Hodges. And
they
Duck
almost
Hodges
came back and beat the Ravens.
Yeah, I know. Duck Hodges, on the other hand, you take a look at what he's done so far. I mean, I see a guy that looks like he knows what the situation is. He knows that he's just out there to give it all he has, and he doesn't have to go out there and be like Peyton Manning or Brett Favre or Tom Brady or anything. If he goes out there and has a bad game, he doesn't care if he does. Well, I mean, he should care if he does, but he doesn't really care a whole lot if he does, because he knows he's just a temporary guy. He knows he's a backup. He knows he's a third-string guy. He's not going to be our starter forever. So he doesn't have to play with all that pressure, whereas if Big Ben was still healthy and he goes out there and has a really bad game, he's going to hear it from the media, because he's our starting quarterback. He's a 37-year-old quarterback. He's going to be 38 when he plays next year, or if he plays next year, that is. I know he said he is, but that doesn't mean that he is going to say it. But anyway, that's why I say Duck Hodges should be the starter. He's just more confident. He knows the situation better, and to me, he makes less mistakes than Mason does. Offense needs to have kind of the same game plan that we had against the Bengals. And really, if I'm being honest with you, I hope to God Randy Fichtner was watching that Monday night game last night, because that's how you have an effective offense right there. You run the ball, you run it down their throats. You don't have to do this, this vanilla offense shit with just doing these dinks and dunks on third down. You have to get creative sometimes, especially with an inexperienced offense that we have. So, Randy Fichtner, I hope to God you watched that dismantling on Monday night last night. I really do. Because, like it or not, the Ravens put together a really great offensive game. They scored a touchdown on every one of their drives until Lamar Jackson got taken out. That's all there is to it. Defense, keep doing your thing. The Browns have an abysmal offensive line. They've had an abysmal offensive line for years, and that's their biggest weakness in this game. It's something that we got exposed. We only sacked Baker Mayfield one time in our first matchup.
Wow!
And with our defense being a top 5 team in sacking this year, that's inexcusable. It needs, for me, we need to get at least 4 to 6 sacks. At least, bare minimum, 4 to 6 sacks. See, people say that Baker Mayfield, he's a mobile quarterback because he can extend plays and he can do all this shit and he can, run away from pressure. He's a mobile quarterback because he's behind a terrible offensive line, and he's a Russell Wilson wannabe. That's all there is to it. Rush defense really needs to step up in this game. The Browns got a good running attack with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, so that's a big concern right there. Secondary, keep it up. Minkah Fitzpatrick kind of went ghost in the game against the Browns. He actually got burned on a play against the Browns. That he was supposed to be covering Jarvis Landry. He's left wide open in the end zone. That was a blown coverage right there by Minkah Fitzpatrick. So Minkah, you need to show up in this game. Pretty much the whole defense needs to show up for this game. We just got to make life miserable for the Browns. I know that the Browns are actually favored in this game. It's the first time they've been favored to beat us in Pittsburgh in 30 years. But, here's where the deciding factor comes in for me. I could very well see the Browns winning this game if I'm being honest with you. But one big thing decides this for me. Home field advantage. The Browns are absolutely snake-bitten when they come to Pittsburgh. They haven't beaten us in Pittsburgh since 2003. They are 1-17 against the Steelers at Heinz Field. And since the Super Bowl era started in 1970, the Browns, I shit you not, are 6-42 against the Steelers in Pittsburgh since 1970. That is pure domination at home right there. So, as much as I can see the Browns winning this game, I am going to go ahead and take us to win this game in a very hard-fought game. I think our defense is just going to show up, and I think our offense is going to do just – like Lucas said, the bare minimum to win this game, as long as we just keep Baker Mayfield in check and we stop the run game, because I think we're going to learn from our lessons. And I just don't see Mike Tomlin letting this team getting swept by the Browns, who are chasing us for the second wild card in the AFC. That's just big motivation right there. The Steelers have proven that they can play under adversity. The Browns really haven't proven that they can. Okay? So I got us winning this game. Very hard-fought game, very close game. I got any Browns fan that comes to that game, because Browns fans do travel well to Pittsburgh, I will say that. I got any Browns fan that goes to that game when they're trailing in that game to leave the stadium, because, that's just what Browns fans do. I got us winning 21-18. There.
There we go.
Very nice.
Minka dinka do.
Minka dinka do.
Minka ding do. I like that. That's good
Next
stuff.
game on the list.
Next game on the list. Oh God, this game.
It's another tank ball.
No, it's not a tank ball. No, not this one. It's the Green Bay Packers and the New York Giants. This game is in New York. Actually, it's in the Meadowlands, New Jersey. And Green Bay's 6.5-point favorite. Who you guys got on why?
This is my lock for the week. I'm taking Green Bay in a bloodbath.
Oh.
The Packers, they got to be pissed off after losing the way they did to the 49ers. I mean, I definitely could have seen San Francisco winning that game. That was definitely a game I thought they could go either way. But my God, the Packers just got destroyed by that defense.
Yeah, I did not expect that.
Aaron Rodgers got sacked, I think, 5 times in that game. That was that had to be the worst game I've ever seen Aaron Rodgers have. And that includes the 2016 NFC Championship game a few years ago.
Oh God, I remember that.
So yeah, the Packers, they're going to be pissed off coming into that game. The Giants, they are just a train wreck of a team. They got a terrible defense. They're a terribly coached team. Their offense is horrible. I mean, Daniel Jones, sure, he can, believe it or not, Daniel Jones can actually still break the rookie record for passing touchdowns, but it's overshadowed because he fumbles the ball all the time. And I think the Packers defense can just take advantage of that. And I got Green Bay going into New Jersey. I got them killing the Giants here. I got them taking out all their anger and frustration out on a hopeless
Yeah.
Giants team and pretty much just putting them out of their misery. So, yeah, this is my lock for the week. I got Green Bay winning here 45-10.
I actually have the
Wow.
Packers 49-24. Giants score some garbage time touchdowns, but the Packers are just too damn good. Packers are just too damn good. They're going to be pissed after getting blown up by San Francisco, and the Giants absolutely stand no chance. If the Giants lose this game, they will be eliminated from the playoffs. So,
Yeah.
no matter what. So, yeah, Giants have fun being eliminated and being third team eliminated in the playoffs. So, yeah, Packers 49, Giants 24. Packers, Giants will get some late touchdown, but that's fine.
CA Cougar says Packers are going to massacre the Giants 37-8, same score as the Niners game.
Damn.
Yeah,
Well, that'd be something though.
yeah.
I also
Yeah.
have the Green Bay. I think it's going to be closer than they say. I'm going to say 31-21.
I got the
Time.
Packers. Got the Packers with their big revenge here. They're going to get that taste out of their mouth from last week's loss, and they're going to do it easily. 37-10. Give me the Pack.
Score prediction or
37-10. Pack.
wow,
All
40-10. That's a blowout. Now, Alex, we're going to be going to another tank bowl. The Philadelphia Eagles and the Miami Dolphins. This game is in Miami, and Philly's a 9.5-point favorite.
Jeez.
Who you guys gonna lie?
Come on. Really? Is this really an option?
It
Is
is
this really
actually.
a guess?
Yes.
Philadelphia.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
I'm going to go ahead and take the Eagles here as well, but originally I had this being a blowout, but then I thought of this actually. For one thing, the Eagles, for whatever reason, they always struggle in Florida. They always struggle in the state of Florida. I mean, they win there sometimes, but
Yeah,
usually
didn't they
whenever
lose to Jacksonville?
I remember a couple years ago, I think it was 2014, maybe last year, it was one of those 2 years, but
Look,
they
2018
went down to
they played in London.
They went down to Jacksonville and they barely beat the Jaguars. The Eagles, and then last year they went down to Tampa in week 2 and they got shredded by Ryan Fitzpatrick when he was on the Buccaneers. And now they go down to Miami to face the Dolphins, who also have Ryan Fitzpatrick in this game. So part of me thinks that Fitzpatrick can torch the Eagles again because the Eagles have an atrocious pass defense. They have the whole season, and their wide receivers are still terrible at catching. But I think the Eagles defense can step up in this game, and I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt by saying that they lost to two very good teams in New England and Seattle. So, yeah, originally I had this being an Eagles blowout, but after really thinking about Fitzpatrick and the Eagles' struggles in Florida, I think the Eagles still win, but it's going to be a little bit closer. I got Philly winning 31-20. Although I actually could see Miami winning this game. Let me just say that too.
There's no
I
chance we're
actually
winning
think
this
Miami
game.
winning the same too. Reason why
No chance.
Eagles secondary is still beyond bad, and the Eagles are without Alshon Jeffrey, maybe without Alshon Jeffrey and Nelson Aguilar again. They were last week, and I know EDP. He
Stone
hates
hands.
Nelson Aguilar.
Stonehands
But-
and Aguilar.
But yeah, they might be out for both games, honestly. Like, they might be out again. So that could really hinder the Eagles. But
Stone hands.
I think the Eagles are going to get the win. I just think if I were a betting man, I would put Dolphins to cover the point spread. I really would.
Yeah.
9.5 is way too generous. I'm thinking the Eagles are going to win. Don't get me wrong, they will win. But I think they're going to win 24-17. A close one. You want something else?
Alex, remember we were talking about Nelson Aguilar on Saturday,
Yeah.
and then EDP was like, "That guy's got slave
They got
feet."
slave feet.
Yeah,
He's 6'6", he's like 6'9". Damn.
yeah.
All right. Solid pick, Philly. I like it. 6 months later, I hate this guy.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, we're losing.
Yeah.
I don't care what the people say. I'd like to see EDP at this game. He's probably not going to be in Miami. He's in all the way out in California.
Bakersfield.
Well, that would be absolutely hilarious to see him in Miami, South Beach. Are you shitting me?
Oh my god, it would be funny.
Yeah, we're losing. Simply put, 24-17, Philadelphia.
Same as me. Same score as me.
Yep. And we're going to go ahead and make this unanimous again. I believe Miami will cover the spread, but they'll fall short 24-21. Give it to the Eagles.
Oh, by a field goal.
Wow, field goal. Oh, God. This is going to be a third tag ball. This is the Carolina Panthers and Washington Redskins. This game is in Carolina. This is my second team guarantee lose, by the way. Panthers are favored by, I'm sure they're by 10 points. Actually, you know what? Along with I'm just going to say this right now. Along with my guaranteed team lose, second team, my full lock of the century of the week.
That's mine as well. This is my lock as well.
Same here.
41-21. Give me the Panthers. Christian McCaffrey is going to get at least 3 touchdowns. It won't even be close.
30. I'm going to say 34-20, Carolina.
Yep. I see Carolina. They're my lock of the week. I see them doubling up those dead skins 28-14. And I see at least 100 yards for Run CMC.
At least 100 yards.
I'm going to go ahead and make it unanimous as well. I'm going to go ahead and take the Panthers here. Redskins, I don't know how the hell they beat the Lions, but they did. No arguing about that. They ain't beating the Panthers. McCaffrey's going to have a field day against that terrible defense, and the Skins ain't going to do a damn thing about it. Give me Carolina 29-13.
With this loss, the Redskins will be eliminated from the playoffs, no matter what. The Giants,
You don't
they will be
say.
eliminated. I know. Now, we actually got my coin flip game of the week. Coin flip game of the week. Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Jacksonville Jaguars. This game is in Jacksonville, and Jacksonville is only a 1-point favorite. The situation is here. The Buccaneers are still alive. The Buccaneers, I don't think, can lose this. I don't think they can get eliminated this week. They do have a chance of getting eliminated next week. The Jacksonville Jaguars, they lose this game, and Houston and Indianapolis win this game. They have to have both those teams win. Then Jacksonville will be eliminated from the playoff. So, who you guys got on Okay, I had to go somewhere. No worries.
I'm going with your coin flip, LC.
This is my coin flip as well. Alex, what do you think? Is this your coin flip or no?
No, this is not. Mine's a little bit later on.
This is my heads is Jacksonville, tails is Tennessee. Got your coin as well?
All right, we'll go heads.
All right. I got take a look. Tails. I got the Buccaneers. It is a surprising game.
I could probably see that.
I can see Tampa Bay winning this game too. This is a close game, but in this case, it's a coin flip. I just think Tampa Bay with this coin flip is a little bit better. Give me Tampa Bay to win this game, 30-28.
I got the Buccaneers as well. Although I feel Jameis Winston is going to throw another pick in the first quarter.
Yeah. Talk about these Apple turnovers.
Throwing those Apple turnovers.
Yeah.
Apple turnovers with a side of crab legs.
Yes.
Crab legs. There you go. I got the Bucks 30-20 over the Jags.
I have 30-28. So we're close.
I'll take the Bucks 24-21.
Am I really going to go ahead and make this unanimous again? I got Tampa Bay as well.
There you go.
Yeah.
Fire them cats.
The Jaguars, they have not played good defense this year. It's just a battle of whose defense is worse, you know. That's all there is to it. The Jaguars have not had a good defense this year.
They've just been inconsistent.
Buccaneers have had a horrible defense for years now. But I got to say, the Buccaneers, despite Winston being a turnover machine, they have a pretty decent offense. They really do. And I got that being the difference maker. I just think Tampa's offense is better than Jacksonville's defense. And I got this being a potential shootout. So I'm taking Tampa 34-27.
Ooh.
Wow. Oh, yeah. By the way, that was a tank bowl, the fourth one. We have 4 tank bowls this week. Jesus. A lot of tank bowls this week. Actually, we have 5. We actually have 1 later on as well. So now we get into the possible game of the week this week. 49ers and the Baltimore Ravens.
Super Bowl.
Oh, jeez.
Potential Super Bowl matchup.
Yeah.
It could be. But I will get to talk in a little bit. Baltimore is favored by 6. Who you guys got? Why?
I have Baltimore by 7. I think this is going to be. I think this is going to be the match of the week. I'm calling it right now. This is easily going to be the match of the week. I'm going to look forward to watching this because Lamar Jackson has been like I've been saying for weeks now. He has been carving up defenses left and right. 49ers defense is one of the best in the NFL right now. But ultimately, I'm going to go with the Ravens here. I think that Lamar Jackson will carve up against the 49ers defense. I'm going to go with the Ravens here, 27-20.
My question is, why don't they move this game to 4:00 game?
No, why don't they move this to Sunday night?
This should
No, they
definitely,
can't.
Yeah, it could be better for Sunday night anyway.
this should definitely be a Sunday night game.
No, trust me. They were thinking about flexing it, but unfortunately they decided not to.
So what did they flex instead?
Well, they didn't flex any game. Originally it was supposed to be New England Patriots and Houston Texans, and they kept it. So, which we'll get into it. We'll get into that game in a little bit.
Yeah.
Tiny Tim had to go for a bit. So, Steelman, I'm going to go last on this one. What do you got for this game?
All right. Get ready, guys. I'm taking San Francisco here.
Ooh.
And here's why I'm going to take the 49ers here. You know, like Lucas said last week, the way to beat the Ravens is to score first. And the 49ers, I believe they have the offense that can do that. I mean, here's the thing. Normally, when West Coast teams got to fly out to the East Coast, I give the advantage to the home team, and vice versa. When East Coast teams got to fly out to the West Coast, I give the advantage to the home team. But here's the thing. Lamar Jackson, while he is a mobile quarterback and he's able to extend plays, there's certain teams that he can get away with that against. He can get away with that against the Browns. He can get away with that against the Bengals. He can maybe get away with that against us. He ain't going to get away with that against the 49ers. The 49ers got a physical, hard-hitting, in-your-face defense. They got a very old-school defense. By the time Lamar Jackson is just running around in that pocket trying to extend the plays, he's already going to be put down by Nick Bosa. That's all there is to it. I think the 49ers have a strong secondary. They're able to lock up the targets. They're able to stop the run game there, and they're gonna limit the Ravens here. I think, not to say the Ravens can't put up a good game offensively, because I think they will. I just think they're going to be held in check in this game, and they're going to be limited, and they're going to be tested to their limit here. This is really a contest to see how Lamar Jackson does against potent defenses. And if there's any defense that can limit them, it's the 49ers, straight up.
True.
You know, in my opinion, people say the Patriots have the best defense this year. I'm not disagreeing with that. But, San Francisco, in my opinion, they play like they have the best defense. New England statistically has the best defense. Like the Patriots, they're not really the kind of defense that will go out and just kick your ass. They're the kind of defense that just embarrasses you. That's what the Patriots do. They don't really beat you up. They just embarrass you. Like when the Patriots beat you, you go like, wow, Belichick and Brady and that defense just made us look like idiots, But what the 49ers do, they'll leave you on the side of the curb, bloody, beaten, bruised, and scarred. That's what the 49ers will do. They're a physical team. And I just got that being the difference maker here. I think the 49ers are going to be able to are going to be able to have a good day against the Ravens defense. I think Baltimore's defense is suspect of giving up some big plays because they gave up some big plays against the Rams, even though they blew them out of the water. But, I just don't see, tackling George Kittle is just impossible. That's all there is to it.
True.
And I think with that Ravens defense, they're not going to be able to stop George Kittle. 49ers got a great run game, too, even though Jimmy Garoppolo, I think, is not a star quarterback, in my opinion, because he does turn the ball over a lot. He benefits from a very good offensive line and a good running game and some good weapons. So that's why I'm not sold on Jimmy G. I never was sold on him, even with his record as a starter for the 49ers. That's just me. But long story short, I got the 49ers going into Baltimore on a lengthy flight, different time zones, and I got them knocking off the Ravens in Baltimore. Definitely game of the week and potential game of the year, in my opinion. 49ers win this one 27-23.
Yes.
All right. I do have this as my game of the week. And reading from the comments I see here, Cougar, I agree with you. This will be a shootout. It's just going to be a matter of who flinches first. I can see this one. I'm giving it to the Ravens near the end. I don't see overtime, but it could be like in the last couple of minutes, maybe the final minute of the game. I say the Ravens take the Niners 38-35.
Time for me to speak my piece. I got I got a lot to say about this game. I have a lot. So this game is a potential game of the week. I am not discrediting that, and I'm also not discrediting how Baltimore has played this so far this season. They've been playing very well. But knowing history, it's bound to happen. The Baltimore Ravens are due for a collapse. I said it last week. I think this is the week that it happens, though. The Baltimore Ravens have not won more than 7 games in a row since 2006. That was the last time they won more than 7 games in a row because that was their 13-3 year when they went to the playoffs when the Colts beat them in the divisional round that year. That was like the 15 to I think it was 15-6 kind of game. So on this game, on the other hand, the Baltimore Ravens have many weaknesses. Many people are saying, especially today, I hated this morning. Every freaking ESPN analyst says, "Oh, the Ravens are unbeatable. The Ravens are unbeatable. They're the best team ever. Oh my God, I want to suck Laura's dick. Oh my God, they're the best team." Listen, folks, Ravens are not even close to the best team in the league. The 49ers are miles ahead of them. Why? Pure simple reasons. Since Lamar's entered the league, the Ravens are in the bottom 15 teams in the league in passing. The Ravens have too many weaknesses. One of them I stated last week, which was the fact that if you score more than 17 points, you get to a 17-0 lead or greater on the Ravens, they're not able to come back. Why do you think all of the Ravens' wins have come when Lamar had only thrown under 15 to 20 times a game? When he throws more than 20 times a game, they're going to lose. It's pretty simple. The Ravens do not have a chance to pass. And John Harbaugh, I'll give him a ton of credit. He's built a team. He's built a team around the fact that they're a run-first team. The problem is there's many problems with the Ravens that they can expose. Not only get a 17 lead, if you get a 17 points or more lead on the Ravens, they're not coming back. The Chiefs showed it. The Browns, last year's Chargers. Yeah, they just can't. They're not built to come back from that kind of deficit, unfortunately. And another big problem with them is the 49ers can expose this also as well. The Ravens are outside linebackers are bottom 10 in pass coverage. The Rams exposed that for the most part, most of the last night. But unfortunately, I thought the Rams exposed that all night. Unfortunately, they didn't. The Ravens are not perfect, and they're due to collapse. And also, another final piece, Ravens are bottom 10 in the league in win percentage since 2007. They are bottom 10 in the league. I think they're probably about, if they had to rate out of 32 teams, they're number 24 in win percentage. That's pretty bad. So with that being said, I think the 49ers have the pieces to expose the Ravens' defensive problems. All you do is just simple. You attack the outside linebackers, you run the ball down the throat, and you're going to beat the Ravens. I have the 49ers crushing the Ravens 34-13.
Wow.
I think the 49ers are the ultimate team. I think the 49ers are pretty much the team that's built to be a team like the Ravens.
Damn.
It's like it's like the yin and yang. The yang is the Ravens and the run game. The 49ers run deep. The 49ers are yin. They could crush them. And I think this is the week the Ravens start to show their weaknesses because
Well, shit. I hope to God you're right with that score prediction.
I hope to God I'm right too because I thought the Rams could do it, but here's the thing. Everyone figured out Sean McVay this year. Sean McVay has looked absolutely awful this year. They're having a Super Bowl hangover. No team hasn't been able to expose the Ravens' weaknesses so far. I think the 49ers can. So, yeah, I got the 49ers. I think the 49ers, the only weakness the 49ers I can really see happen is their run defense isn't the best, but I think it's better than Baltimore. So,
All right.
that's why I got the 49ers in this game. This is my most anticipated game of the week, though. Even though I will be watching Steelers Browns, I wish they would have flexed this game to 4 o'clock because I think that's the game everyone wants to see at 4 o'clock, but unfortunately it did because
Yeah, they
the
better
4 o'clock
flex.
games, pretty much all the 4 o'clock games suck. They pretty much suck.
They better
Yeah.
flex that damn game to 4.
Unfortunately, I don't think they can now. I think
That's
it's
not
too
gonna happen.
late. I think it's too late to flex the games, but I wish they did. They would have made a 4 o'clock game would have been the primetime game of the week. I guarantee that.
Yeah,
So.
definitely.
Next game on the list.
Speaking of 4 o'clock games, let's talk about the 4 o'clock games. Because the next game, oh God, this game is going to be terrible. The Los Angeles Rams and the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals are coming off a bye. The Rams getting blown out by the Ravens. The Ravens, this is in Arizona though, and the Rams are a 3-point favorite only. So who you guys got and why?
So would this count as an upset if I picked the Cardinals?
It would be an upset, yes.
So that's my upset pick of the week. I got the
That's
Arizona Cardinals for sure. I have the Cardinals winning this game. I think the Baltimore exposed them. You know, I think Kyler Murray is kind of like Lamar Jackson, kind of, sort of, not really.
Probably shorter.
Are you bigger than a fifth grader?
He's literally a miniature version of him.
He is. The good thing is, Kyler Murray, I think, is a bit faster than Lamar. I think he's just a bit faster. The problem is the Cardinals have a shit offensive line and a shit defense.
Yeah, they do. The offensive line is okay.
The Cardinals, the only good piece they have on the only 2 good pieces on defense, Patrick Peterson and Chandler Jones. Other than that, their defense sucks.
I think this is an upset pick. I'm gonna go with the Cardinals by a final score of 27-24.
Ooh.
This is the epitome. This is the spitting image, the epitome of a trap game. This is a trap game if I've ever seen it for the Rams. I'm definitely not saying the Cardinals can't win this game because they really can. But my thing is this. While the Cardinals have been playing a lot better than people thought they'd do, and Kyler Murray is playing really good for a rookie. I'll give him that. He's playing really well for a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is this. The Cardinals, they're not ready to really beat quality teams yet. Now, the Rams, they're not a quality team this year because they're definitely in a Super Bowl hangover. And I think the game against us exposed it. And then the Ravens officially, pissed on their grave last night. That's all there is. That's all there is to say about that. The Rams are in a Super Bowl hangover, but they're still a decent team. I just don't think they're going to be in the playoffs this year. They had too many bad losses, and they dug themselves into too much of a hole. And plus, on top of that, the Vikings are just playing really good football at the same time, as are the Seahawks.
Oh yeah,
the Vikings. Yeah, the Vikings are the second wild card seed in the NFC.
Yeah, that's surprising.
Yeah, but yeah, I have to say the Rams defense has not lived up to expectations. Jalen Ramsey has gone ghost the past couple weeks. And I think those are big confidence boosters for the Cardinals right there. They can definitely take advantage of a crippled up Rams defense, but I'd say the Rams offense is better than the Cardinals defense. That's what's holding the Cardinals back is their defense. If they beef up the defense a bit and they fix the holes on defense, Arizona can potentially be a decent team next year. They really could. But this is definitely a trap game. This is definitely an upset watch. But with me, I'm going to go ahead and take the Rams to rebound and get the win.
Okay.
But do not be surprised if the Cardinals win this game. I definitely think the Cardinals can win. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Rams in a shootout here, 37-32.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take the Rams in this one too. I'll take them 28-17, but I'll keep my eye on Kyler Murray and those boys because, as Steele said, this could be a trap game. It'll just be interesting to see what happens, but I'll take the Rams in this one, 28-17.
There you go.
Oh, goodness gracious. Wow. This is going to be a very close – I think it's going to be a very tough game. Mainly because the Rams looked absolutely garbage against the Ravens. The Cardinals do have the advantage, though. They're at home, and they're coming off a bye week. The Rams, though, I just think that they're tough. And I think that the Ravens really exposed the problem with the Rams. And this, like, guarding Aaron Donald, who do you have to pass rush him? Like, seriously. Who do you have that can really pass rush him? Like, seriously. Like, it's bad. At least the Cardinals have Chandler Jones and Patrick Peterson on defense. The Ravens really show that Jalen Ramsey cannot be trusted upon. He was very little on impact-wise, and Eric Weddle looks bad. All of the Rams players look bad. They got a grade of a super F. If I had to really grade them, it would be a super F. Like, remember from Fairy Oddparents, Mr. Crocker goes, "It's a super F."
Yeah,
that's why I would give the Rams.
Super F.
Yeah, the super F. That's why I would give the Rams that game. I would give them. I'll show you guys. I would give them this grade, the super F.
Oh,
Yep.
They get
definitely.
the super F. They get the super F.
Fairly
because-
Odd Parents.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that was a great freaking show. Back in the day.
It was. I love Fairly Odd
Oh,
Parents.
yeah.
Yeah, but what happened to it after, like, later on? Yeah, it wasn't the best. But back to this game, I think the Rams are going to be a need for a bounce back win. I think they'll get it here. I think this is a high scoring game. I say 35-31. Give me the Rams in a close game.
Damn.
I just think both offenses are going to
55-51.
duke it out here personally.
Shades of Monday Night Football from last night.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Let me say a quote that I said in my Monday Night Football stream. It's pretty funny. So this is what the Ravens did to the Rams on Monday night. The Ravens didn't just beat the Rams, okay? Here's what they did. The Ravens killed the Rams, and then they revived them, and then they killed them again, and then they revived them again, and then they killed them again, and then they revived them again. Then they assassinated them, and then they dug them not 6 feet under, but 12 feet under, and then they took a shit and a piss on their grave. That's what the Ravens did to the Rams. It wasn't even close.
Wow,
Damn.
that's brutal.
Ooh.
Oh,
It is
yeah.
pretty brutal, honestly.
Ooh.
Now we have our fifth and final Tag Bowl. Dun, dun, dun. It is the Los Angeles Chargers and the Denver Broncos. This
Coin flip.
game is in Denver. Oh, it's your coin flip, and the Chargers are favored by 2.5. But before that, I actually forgot to mention the Cardinals. If they lose and the 49ers win, they will be eliminated from the playoffs.
Is
Just wanted to
Flacco
mention
playing?
that. Huh? Joe Flacco is not
Flacco
playing.
black?
No, he's not.
Flacco
He's out for the
black.
remainder
No,
of the
he's
season,
white.
actually. Flacco's out for the remainder of the season.
Oh.
Yeah. If the Kansas City Chiefs win, the Broncos lose, then the Broncos will be eliminated from the playoffs.
Heads,
Oh, we have
Chargers,
that one.
tails, Broncos. Here we go. And I have the Chargers.
Ooh.
Chargers winning this game. Score of 19-15.
I'll go second on this game because I just want to get my thoughts out real quick on this game. The Denver Broncos are pretty bad, honestly. Their offense is very inept. I thought the Broncos were going to actually compete with the Bills. I was god wrong. The Broncos, the problem is they have good defensive pieces. Well, their offense is dog shit. It's terrible. Brandon Allen is not the guy, honestly. He isn't. You got to get Drew Lock in there some way or somehow. You got to get Drew Lock in there. Because he was the guy they drafted on the second round. It's like their top quarterback, but yet he's not playing. I don't know why. Maybe they want to give him like a red shirt here. I don't know, but still. This is just – this is tough because the Chargers, I thought they were going to be a Super Bowl favorite this year, and they've been completely another dumpster fire. Even though they do get Derwin James back, it's going to be tough to see them making the playoffs, unfortunately. So I got the Chargers in this one, but I could see the Broncos doing inside. But I got the Chargers. This is probably one of the weaker games of the week. I'm going to say
Easily.
19-16. Chargers barely win this one.
I got the Chargers going 30-14.
30-14. Wow.
Wow.
Well,
So, maybe?
I said that Rams Cardinals is an upset alert. Guess what? This is my upset of the week. I'm going Denver here. This is my upset of the week. I'm taking the Broncos here. And here's why.
Wow.
Because even though the Broncos are 3-8, they still have a good defense. They still have not a great defense, but a good defense. Phillip Rivers, his best days are behind him. That Monday night game against Kansas City is all you need to know about Phillip Rivers.
Yeah,
He is turning the ball over a lot more lately. He threw 4 interceptions against Kansas City, who has one of the worst defenses in the league. So if he can do that against Kansas City, and he can do that against Oakland, who also has a bad defense, imagine what he could do against a team that actually has a solid enough defense. Oh, and by the way, he also had a bad game against us earlier in the year. And we're one of the league leaders in turnovers. So if Phillip Rivers can do all that against a bad defense and a really good defense and a solid defense he has to go up against now, I think Denver can really win this game. That being said, the Broncos, they really need some work on offense because, like you said, Brandon Allen isn't the guy, and they need some receivers and they need another good running back to complement Philip Lindsay. But Denver's offense is offensive line is abysmal too, by the way. But yeah, this is definitely an upset watch here, and I think the Broncos are going to get it. I mean, I'm not saying the Chargers can't win this game because I can totally see them winning this game. And part of me also says the Broncos can't sweep the Chargers. But I got to be honest, the way the Chargers have been playing this year and the way that Phillip Rivers is just looking more and more like a guy that really needs to call it a career, I'm going to go ahead and go upset here. I'm going to go ahead and take the Denver Broncos to beat the Chargers 24-21.
There you go.
Ooh. I will say this, though, Kevin Rivers going to retire. I don't think he's going to retire. They actually said if the Chargers are – he's probably going to leave the Los Angeles Chargers after this year. He's probably going to leave, and they're going to try – I think the Chargers might rebuild possibly this year. And the Phillip Rivers said there's a rumor that he wants to play in Tennessee. I don't know why, but this is a rumor I heard, but he wants to play for the Titans for some reason.
What?
I'm not joking you. It's a rumor that Phillip Rivers wants to play for the Titans for some reason. I don't know why.
I guess.
It's weird. I don't know. I'm just going my rumors here.
Yeah.
I mean, all right.
Oh, and by the way, to quote Urinating Tree, fuck you, Spanos.
Fuck you, Spanos.
Yes.
Okay, I cannot stand Spanos. Trust me. He's pretty much one of the worst owners, along with Dan Snyder.
Yeah.
Now we got this is
Not tank ball.
No, this is not a tank ball. This is actually the game that the Steelers game got flexed out because they wanted to place it with this game. An absolute shit show and it's going to be a terrible game. The Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs are favored by 9.5. What do you guys got to lie? I'm just going to say it. This is my 13 guarantee to lose.
All right,
Give me
it's
the
pretty
Chiefs.
obvious. Chiefs.
45-17. I'm just going to say that real quick. Oakland's my 13 guarantee to lose. After how he looked against the Jets, they're traveling back on the road against the Chiefs. Yeah, not even going to be close. 45-17.
Yeah, I also have Kansas City. I'm going to go, let's see, where are we at? I'm going to go 34-24.
It's a little bit closer.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Kansas City all the way. Raiders are my team that's guaranteed to lose this week. My second team that's guaranteed to lose this week. The Giants being my first team. Yeah, this is a no-brainer. Kansas City all the way. I mean, first of all, the Chiefs are coming off a bye week, and Andy Reid is fantastic coming off a bye week.
Yes.
Andy Reid all time. Get this. Andy Reid is 17-3 in his career coming off a bye week.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, he always does well after a bye week.
Yeah, and that goes all the way back to his days when he was head coaching in Filthy Delphia.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, definitely. Philadelphia, definitely. And yeah, the Chiefs are coming home now. Patty Mahomes is just going to go off on that defense the Raiders got. And another fact is that Derek Carr is winless all time in Kansas City. So I mean that's just even more of a reason Kansas City is going to win. I mean, I got the Raiders putting up some points because Kansas City's defense is trash, but this is a no-brainer here. KC wins this one 45-21.
Yeah, I'm going Kansas City. Going to take them 31-18. Another big day for Mahomes.
Mahomes going to have a
Mahomes is
big
Mahomes.
day.
He better because I got him on fantasy.
Mahomes is my homie.
Now we got the Sunday night football game. Check your local listings. Thank God you did not interrupt me this time out. The New England Patriots and Houston Texans. This game is in Houston, and New England is only a 3-point favorite. Who you guys got why?
New England by 7. I'm going to say 31-24. Simply put.
I'll go last for this game because I got things to say.
Sorry, Tim.
I say Brady's going to be successful in the Texas two-step. 35-20 Patriots.
This is actually my upset pick of the week. This is my upset pick of the week. I actually got Houston. Here's the reason why. Houston, not only the Houston Colts, they did play that Thursday night game. Houston hasn't played in 10 days, and that's really going to help them because they played that Thursday night game home. That really helps them. That really benefits them coming off the bye week and coming off that 10-game rest. And the Patriots, the last 3 games, here are their offensive point totals. 20, 17, and 13. They have been digressing offensively the past few weeks. Whenever they play defenses, they've been regressing. And, man, this is definitely going to show here. I think Houston is definitely going to show why they have a very good offense. And I think the Patriots won't be able to cover everybody. Even though the Patriots, I think, have the best secondary in the league, they're not going to be able to cover DeAndre Hopkins, Darren Fells, Wolf Fuller, Kenny Stills. They can't cover all those guys.
Kenny Stills.
I know Kenny Stills. But I think that the Houston Texans can expose the Patriots' weaknesses, though. I just think, even though the Houston Texans' defense is worse, I still think that the Houston Texans will get the win here. I'm going to say final score, Houston 24, Patriots 17.
Uh-huh.
All right. So I really want to pick the Texans here. I'm being honest with you. I really want to pick the Texans here because Deshaun Watson is really evolving into one of the best quarterbacks in the game. I mean, let's just forget about that god-awful game against the Ravens a few weeks ago. Deshaun Watson really is a good quarterback.
He is.
And, Lucas pointed out something, too. The Texans got a 10-day rest, so that's going to prepare them a lot for this game. And they stay home, too, so that's even more of an advantage. I mean, the Texans do have advantages in this game. 10-day rest, and they stay at home. It's another primetime game. But I have to be honest, man. I mean, I if there's one thing I've ever learned in Pick'em, it's hard to bet against Brady and Belichick. All there is to it.
True.
It's
Yeah.
hard to bet against them. You know, the Patriots, they're definitely much more of a defensive team this year, but I think their offense is kind of due to come out of the slump, but I just don't think this will be the game to do it. I think they don't get a whole lot of points put on the board because they really should too, because the Texans, they're missing JJ Watt and their defense has been prone to give up some big plays. So I think the Patriots can break out of their slump in this game. I just don't think they will. I think it's kind of be low scoring in this game, kind of like a defensive matchup. But I gotta say, like the Patriots, about 60% of New England's wins this year have come from their defense, and I'd say about 40% has come from their offense. And it's obvious they've been regressing on defense ever since that Ravens game.
Yep.
So it's definitely hard to pick. It really is. I really think Houston can win this game because they got a lot of advantages going for them. But gotta be honest, man, it's hard to bet against Brady and Belichick. As long as those two are there, New England's a safe pick every time. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one to New England in a very hard-fought game, in a low-scoring defensive game. I got the Patriots 20-13.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Very, very, very good. Now we got one more game. Last game. This is actually going to – I hope this is a lot better than the last week's game. A Monday night game that actually good. The Minnesota Vikings and the Seattle Seahawks. This game is in Seattle. I think the Seattle Seahawks won their game against Philly last week, and the Vikings won a bye. Seahawks are fair by 3, but who do you guys got and why?
I got the Seahawks in this game. And, it's not just because Russell Wilson is single-handedly carrying this team to possibly an NFC West title and a top 2 seed in the NFC. But I got to say, my deciding factor here, Russell Wilson just doesn't lose in primetime. That's all there is to it. He doesn't lose. I can't even remember the last time the Seahawks lost a primetime game with Russell Wilson. I can't even remember. Yeah, but, there is a big concern here. There are a couple of concerns here, though. For one thing, the Seahawks really have not been a good home team this year.
No, they have
really
not.
haven't. You take a look at their home games this year. Week 1, they barely beat the Bengals at home.
21-1.
Yeah. Then they got blown the hell out at home by the Ravens. They got blown the hell out at home by Teddy Bridgewater and the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think, like, who else did they play at home this year? Like, I'm not going to waste too much time with it. They needed overtime to beat the Buccaneers at home, and they needed the Rams to miss. They needed the Rams to miss a field goal to beat the Rams in primetime. The Seahawks have not been a good home team this year, and since Russell Wilson came to the league, the Seahawks have been one of the best home teams in the league.
Yep.
But this year, they have really taken a step back playing home. Second thing is Seattle's defense. The Seahawks, they're not in 2013 form or even 2014 form. And with the way Kirk Cousins has played football this year, that's going to cause a lot of problems for the Seahawks. Ironically enough, the Vikings are 8-3. So, this is actually a battle of the 2 wild cards in the NFC. The Seahawks are the first wild card, Vikings are the second wild card. So, top 2 wild card teams going at it Monday Night Football. That's pretty cool. But ironically enough, the Vikings are 8-3, and ironically enough, Kirk Cousins is actually the reason the Vikings are in the playoff picture. A lot of people thought that the Vikings wouldn't be in it because of Kirk Cousins, but Kirk Cousins is actually the reason why the Vikings are in the playoff picture right now. So
that's actually a good point.
Yeah, he's playing the best football of his career right now, and I think he's going to be able to have a good night against the Seahawks defense. But You know, I got to say, Russell Wilson's better than Kirk Cousins. Russell Wilson doesn't lose primetime games, and I got the Seahawks winning a shootout here, 43-40.
Wow.
I also have this game going to the Seahawks, but I think it's going to be a little bit closer than Steel Maiden says. I'm going to say 30-27.
Give me the Seahawks at home, 34-24.
I think I'm going to say this because I haven't said this yet, but I'm going to make it unanimous. The Seahawks here, I just think they got to win. This is a big game. Like Steelman mentioned, they're in prime time, and the Vikings, they've been a very good team so far, but I think that they do have some issues. Like the Ravens, they're not the best at December football, but they can win this. I can see the Vikings definitely doing something here, but I think this is going to be a shootout. Give me the Seahawks 34-31. I think this game will be actually a 34-30. I'm sorry. 34-30. I think the Seahawks barely get it done. And yeah, that's going to be my pick. So with that being said, guys, I think that's all the picks. That's all the games.
Yeah, that's all of them.
So yeah, guys, let us know your thoughts in week number 13 in the comments below. And with that being said, guys, thank you all for watching with us today. And Steelman, I wanted to announce this. Actually, I want to announce this, but from now on, you don't have to ask me anymore if you want to be on the streams. You're more than welcome to be a permanent guest on the Pick'ems, man.
Oh, great. Thanks, man. I appreciate
You're
it.
more than welcome to be a permanent guest because sometimes we won't get – sometimes we may – I know Tiny Tim's definitely a permanent guest. Alex is definitely a permanent guest. I know sometimes, unfortunately, the fat man can't make it, and Gary, unfortunately, sometimes can't make it either. Luke Newcomb, I know, has been working sometimes on Tuesdays, so that's been tough for him. But, you know, more than welcome to be a permanent guest on the show. So we'll make sure to have you on. Definitely – for the rest of this year.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll see what happens with us, the NFL, though, with the next year. But
yeah. I know for a fact I can't do week 15, though, because it's my finals week. But, yeah.
No worries. For week 14, we're more happy to have you on. Week 16, definitely happy to have you on. And definitely week 17. And then the playoffs. We'll do playoffs as well, hopefully. We'll probably do
playoffs. Don't talk about playoffs.
We'll probably do a
Jim Mora. Yeah.
That's right. I actually have a quick question with you guys real quick before we end our stream.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I know Steel made – I know you're usually with your predictions for, like, the playoffs. You usually like to do wild card weekend, divisional, like, for all your playoffs. Do you guys want to follow that format or just do one playoffs video at the very beginning and then just not change it? Because I like to do every week, personally. I would like to do that.
Every week. I like that.
Yeah, every week.
By week.
Hell yeah, let's do that then. We're gonna be doing it up to week 17. Then we'll do a prediction video for all the games every week, including the Super Bowl. So yeah, that's some great stuff for coming up for you guys. And yeah, I think that's
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
That's right.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Definitely
Happy Thanksgiving. Yes.
This is
Thankful
Still
for all
Name
you
checking
guys.
on out. And have a happy Thanksgiving, guys. Remember to tell your family at Thanksgiving dinner table that Epstein didn't kill himself.
Yeah.
Later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
See you guys later. Stay awesome. Let's go, Steelers. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. And 49ers, for the love of God, please prove me right and actually beat the Ravens. Thank you all. See you guys later.
Let's go, Dolphins. Do something.
Hell yeah.